next to you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. On this video, we're going to unbox this TV right here that I've been waiting on for a very long time. This is the new Hisense U7QG. Now this TV is going to be, I think, pretty popular for this reason. It has 4 HDMI inputs where the 8 series has 3, plus that display port that some people may not want. Let's go ahead and get this TV out of the box, all put together so I can give you my first impressions. And for new users, I will show you how to set this TV up for the very first time. Let's do it. Now, one thing about this TV, it has some pretty cool features. It has up to 3000 nits of peak brightness, it has up to 165 hertz. And one great thing about this TV is that it has AI features to give you the best picture quality for those who don't want to adjust it on their own. Plus it has a 2.1.2 audio system for people who don't want to add sound bars. Now to open this up, we're just going to slide this off the top of the TV. And it does have these feet and they're made out of metal. It also comes with this cover for the feet, but unlike the 8 series, this one's made out of plastic instead of having a metal base. You're also going to get a quick set guide, remote control with batteries, and you do get a power cord. And I really like how Hisense packed their TVs because you get this piece of cardboard on front of the screen, and this makes sure that you don't damage anything before you take delivery and get it set up. Now, one of the cool things about this TV is that these metal feet go into a metal bracket here on the bottom. Just stick them right here and then go ahead and screw them in. And just so you know, they do have this built-in wire maintenance for all your cables to come into the back of it. And another thing about these feet, they do have little rubber grips on it, and that's going to keep from scratching your furniture. And down here on the bottom, there is a couple of controls for the hands-free Google Voice command, as well as turning the mic off and changing the inputs on the TV. Now, one thing I want to let you guys know is that my assistant Justin, that's been working with me for like 3 years, decided to leave California, move to greener pastures for him. But I do have a new assistant. So I want to introduce you. His name is Faisal. What's going on, Faisal?
How's it going?
Good. And Faisal's been helping me out for the last few weeks, getting these videos up and running. And we're trying to crank them out as fast as we can. So he's been a great assistant. So Faisal, we got this Hisense right here. Let's go ahead and get on the stand and I'll let you get back to editing. All right, perfect. I appreciate you, man, and welcome to the team.
Cheers.
With that being said, let's get back to the back of this television. Now taking a look at the back of this TV, it has some ventilation here, and this is a new design for the subwoofer. It also has some ventilation here at the bottom, and here's the feet where you have the wire maintenance built right in. Over here we have a side firing speaker on each side, and that's to give it surround sound. Down here we have our power cord input. And if you remove these screws right here on the back of it, this is where you're going to find the holes for the mounting bracket. Here's the other speaker for that surround sound effect. And this TV also has plenty of inputs such as a USB 3.0, a serial connection, 4 HDMIs that supports up to 165 hertz. And one thing about these HDMIs, they're all 2.1, and you can get uncompressed Dolby Atmos from this particular output for the eARC. We also have an ATSC 3.0 TV tuner, AV input with adapter. You can hook up older devices, and it does have a headphone output. And of course, it does have Wi-Fi built in, plus an Ethernet connection, a digital audio output, and a second USB for connecting different devices. So far, I'm pretty excited what I'm seeing in this television. The fact that it has 4 HDMI 2.1s, this is a huge game changer for Hisense. But let's go ahead and get it all put together, and I'll show you some demos. Now it's time to do the screen pull, and keep in mind the Hisense TVs have this yellow tab on the series I have. Satisfying. Since this video is mainly about gaming and show you how to set it up, I will show you some movie clips on it, and I will say that when it comes to color reproduction, this TV is doing a good job of reproducing the image. And I was very happy with the contrast levels on this TV as well. And one thing I didn't expect is the gradient on this television. Before, I used to see a lot of artifacts on the image, but it seems to be pretty smooth overall compared to the previous generations. I'm also enjoying the skin tones on this TV. As you can see right here, everything looks very natural. Even the color chart looks very punchy. And I also think Hisense is doing a better job when it comes to motion because this TV is a lot more smoother. But I did notice that you may get some blooming on this television, but it's not too bad. But just like you know, I did notice it when I was filming this content. When it comes to gaming, this TV has it all. If we open up the game bar, you can see at the top, you can see which device is connected, the frames, as well as your HDR, VRR, and auto latency. It also has a game genre here at the bottom, which has an automatic AI mode. Plus you have a few other types of genres built right into it. You can also choose different themes like standard, PS style, Xbox style, Switch style, sports style. There's a dark detail, brightness control, a crosshair where you can put that little circle in the center of the screen, and you can change the color of it as well. This TV also supports AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. You have a high refresh rate mode, and it does have a frame counter that you can see at the top of the screen. Now, if you go into the game settings, you can adjust your contrast, your black levels. Now I've loaded up the Xbox. You can see that this TV does support the 4K 120 Hertz. Under TV details, you're also going to get support for Dolby Vision gaming at 120 Hertz plus your HDR10 and all those settings. And it supports every feature the Xbox has to offer, including variable refresh rate, Dolby Vision, all that good stuff. The first thing we do when setting up this TV is go ahead and choose your language. And you can set this TV up if you have the Google Home app, but I'm going to show you the manual way to do it. Now there's two different ways you can set this up, as a home mode or retail if you want to see the demos. Next, you want to go ahead and connect your Wi-Fi, make sure you have all your credentials in correctly. Now you need to enter your Google Gmail account or create a new account here at the bottom. I do recommend you use a smart device for this particular option if you need to create one. Now you want to read through terms and conditions. Also, you can read through these Google privacy policies. And if you plan on using voice commands, I will say allow all services so the voice command can look through your different apps. If you want to customize your voice to this TV, you can go ahead and agree and go through the different voice match options. And you can also have the TV to customize the results based off of your particular searches and recommendations. If you do have a Google Home device, you can connect it to that so you can use voice commands. Then tell it which room that the TV is located. Now, if you want to pre-install any of these applications, just go ahead and hit the little checkbox and it'll install them automatically. But keep in mind, you'll still need to log into each app based off of your credentials. Now we need to pair the Hisense remote by pressing the home and the back button together and make sure you're close to the TV. Now the remote control is paired. If you have an audio system set up, you can go ahead and go through these steps. And you can enter your zip code if you want the TV to quickly find services and set it up on your television. Now Hisense do have their terms and conditions. Make sure you read through all this. This U7QG also supports Apple AirPlay and HomeKit. You can set all of that up through your iPad or your iPhone. Now you want to press done so it can start configuring your television. Now this process can take a few minutes, so just be patient. And the last few steps is you can actually connect this TV to your Google Photos. You can also add multiple profiles, and you can add a kid's profile if you want them to have safe content. Now here's the interface, and again, this is Google, and so far it appears to be pretty snappy. As you can see right here, as I go through the different screens, I don't see any lag. You also have live TV, and this is where all your main channels are going to show up as if you have antenna plugged in. You also get access to this robust Google App Store, so you can download plenty of applications. And just so you know, this TV does have a browser. It also has family moments where you can plug in a thumb drive and share your memories. There's a camera function, so you can connect that and use video chat such as Google Duo. There's a media center where you can plug a USB drive into it, and you can watch your different content, as well as a built-in music players. We'll go over some of these settings later, but let's take a look at some of the things that this TV has to offer. First of all, we have channel inputs. If you hit the source on the menu, you then have access to scan for channels. And keep in mind, this TV does support that next generation digital channels, but unfortunately here in the studio, I don't have much signal, so I can't really get many channels at all. Another thing I want to show you, since this TV does have 4 HDMI inputs that are 2.1, you have this enhanced format, but here at the bottom, you have enhanced pro, and this is going to be ideal for connected to computers, so you can get up to 165 Hertz using variable refresh rate. And you do have your standard controls like CEC, where it'll turn itself off and on with PS5s and Blu-ray players. And the great thing is you can connect this TV to a control panel if you have advanced home theater system. We will go over some of these settings in the main review, but you can see there's sound, audio, intelligence settings, game settings. You also have this ambient mode where you can always have something on the screen at all times. Plus you can connect it to your Google Cloud and use Google Photos. And you can create your own, or you can go through here and select some of the ones that's already in the system. You can have it to select the last input used, and this is ideal if you use an external streaming device or gaming console that you want to go to automatically. You can turn the LED on the front of the TV off and on, and there's some sleep timer stuff down here at the bottom. Now this TV is on the latest Android 14. I'm seeing a lot of TVs still using 11 and 12, so Hisense is giving you the newest and greatest operating system. And for storage, we're looking at 20 gigabytes built into it. Not a lot of storage, but it's enough to download most applications. You can also cast your smart device or use Apple AirPlay and HomeKit to cast your Apple devices. You can share your content with other televisions that supports this operating system. And you also have multi-view on this TV. And it's going to allow you to share multiple games together, watch sports events, as well as movies at the exact same time. And this TV also has Bluetooth built in, so you can pair accessories, headphones, anything you need to connect to the TV so you can have wireless connectivity. By the way, here's the remote control that comes with this TV. It looks like last year's model, has the backlight on it and your Google voice commands. But honestly, in my first impressions of TV, I'm really liking it. I like the contrast on it. The colors are great. It has everything you need. And plus, this is the first television I've seen from Hisense here in the United States that has 4 HDMI 2.1s. And up to this point, only LG and Samsung's been doing that because I think they make their own TV panels and software and stuff like that. But with that being said, this is a great addition to the team. In fact, I think this is going to be probably their highest seller for the ports alone. And I will say that it has good colors on it. I'm very impressed with it. I've showed you some demos earlier in this video, and I like the gaming on it. It's great, supports everything, which is fantastic. And the last thing I want to mention here is that this TV is bright. I mean, we're getting to the point up to 3,000 nits. I'm going to test it out with this tester. Chances are you probably get 2,500, who knows, but it is peak brightness, meaning that it'll max out at that 3,000 rate. With that being said, I think this is going to be a great television for a lot of people, especially if you're a Hisense fan and you want to look for something that's going to be better than what they had before. This is a huge improvement of what I'm seeing so far. So what do you guys think? In the comments below, give me your thoughts, opinions. What would you like to see on the full video? With that being said, I'm Tech Steve. Thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.